Greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome to my channel. And first of all, I must apologize if you're hearing any kind of whistling. Basically it's the wind blowing up a storm outside. I live right on top of a hill, so we get the wind head on, you know what I mean? So if you hear like whistling and stuff, that's what it is. I'm not a meteorological genius to try and figure out how to basically stop it, but there we have it. But anyway, greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome to my channel. And today I'm actually talking about the rise in co-op gameplay. Now, co-op modes in games has been steadily rising to be just as popular as versus mode. There are a lot of people who actually only exclusively play co-op games as opposed to versus mode. And when I ask them why don't they play team deathmatch and things like that, the number one resounding answer they get is because they're scared of just basically getting slaughtered by noob hunters. Do you know what I mean? In games like Uncharted and Call of Duty, especially in Uncharted, with my experience, is that even though I am really good at playing co-op games in Uncharted, in versus mode, I'm just like a noob, just like everybody else who just started playing it, and I get my ass served to me in 3 courses, believe me, because the maps in the versus mode are built different from the maps that are built in the co-op mode. So everyone knows basically the map inside out, so you know, it doesn't even make sense. It's another planet. If you watch any of the videos that these beasts do in Uncharted, you know, it just makes sense just to leave it. But anyway, yeah, about co-op. Co-op is basically now regarded as a widely integral part of social gaming right about now. And you meet a lot of very good players, you meet new players, you meet newbies and veteran players in equal measure. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's it serves a purpose no matter how you basically look at it. And I've met some really good players, good friends, and I've met some idiots as well. But you know, in all walks of life, you basically encounter one or the other at some point. But I'm just here to just give you some pointers and some tips as to how to have a good co-op experience. For those who know, they know. But for those who's trying to basically get into the whole co-op thing, these are basically the tips that you need to take on board when you are actually in co-op mode. The number one tip that stands head, shoulders, arms, knees, legs, toes above any other tip is you simply got to have a mic. There is no way you can converse or put across your gameplay or your strategy without one. Now don't get me wrong, there are people after playing the game for so long, after basically following all the tips that I'm going to give to you, that don't even need a mic. They're just instinctively good at the game. And when you have a team of people who are just that, they will zip through the levels and cut through levels like knife through butter. It's as simple as that. But as a casual gamer trying to get into co-op, or you're just a moderate co-op player, you need a mic at the end of the day, because communication is a major weapon as well to use within co-op. It's not just the gun you're holding in your hand. And some may basically deem as a reason not to have a mic is the fact that they don't speak English. That's bullshit, because at the end of the day, yes, no, left, right, okay, good, bad, no, right, are words that everybody knows of the English language. So there's no excuse. So even if you don't have a good command of the English language, you just need to know those words and the rest will take care of itself, because the instincts will let you play the game a lot better as you progress with your skill set, right? So you need a mic. Excuse me. Number 2 is know your loadouts. Know your guns, know your mods, know the capability of your guns and your mods and what have you, and basically apply that to your skill set. Now, if all 3 of you or all 4 of you have the same loadouts and mods, that basically means you're all trying to do the same thing with the same weapons, which doesn't really serve a purpose. At the end of the day, a good game can be had by all if you just utilize your basic skills. Now for me, I'm a good sniper and I'm good with my explosives. I put my explosive skills above my sniping skills. So, you know, within games like Uncharted, you know, you give me a grenade, or give me a cluster bomb and I'll throw it right at the Pac-Man's chest one time, kill him one time, stone dead, you know. But I'm not a very good sniper. So if you have a good sniper and a good close to medium range soldier amongst you, you can zip through it easy, very easy. So know your loadouts, and also know your maps. Know your maps as well. Know where to get your power weapons. Know where your AI is. Know where they basically spawn, so you can just zip through those guys very, very quick, and you can basically get through the level as quickly and efficiently as possible. Let me see. Yep. Number 4 is revive over kills. I am a staunch supporter of reviving over kills. Now, you have some people that will basically stand over a downed teammate and they're literally like around 2 feet away from them, and they're trying to shoot an enemy which is like 15 feet away. That's stupidness. That's just showing bravado, which a lot of times can jeopardize a whole game, especially when you don't have no lives left. Do you know what I mean? So revive. If you get into a game and you see somebody that doesn't really play well and they revive you at every given opportunity, that's a mark of an unselfish player. And those players are very few and far between to basically find. And them will show as a great asset towards your co-op campaign. So revive over kills every time. Let me see. Another one is never jump in the line of fire. Never ever jump in the line of fire. It doesn't make no freaking sense. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're jumping in my line of fire, you're basically trying to steal my kills. And furthermore, you're leaving my back unprotected. Because while you're shooting at a person that I was very happy and comfortable and capable in killing, right, you're basically stealing my kills and you're leaving me vulnerable. And you don't have the time to basically look through me in order to see the enemy from behind. So, you know, so don't do it. You know, the best way to basically, you know, get rid of an enemy is to flank. Is to simply flank. You know, you flank in a V formation, or you flank in a parallel formation. So you have one in the middle, one on the left, one on the right. And when you basically encounter bosses, all of you can basically go and kill the bosses with your chosen weapon and be more effective that way. But if you're jumping in front of your teammates' line of fire, you run the risk of you getting killed. And then you're gonna blame me for killing your ass, when you shouldn't blame me. You should blame yourself because you jumped in my line of fire. You wouldn't do that in real life, you know what I mean? It's not the movies. And it's not real life, yes, I granted, you know, but at the same time, you know, you got to use the principles of real life in gaming as well, do you know what I mean? To get the most effective kills from your game play. Let me see, what else is there? Yeah, also respect the noob. I know this kind of goes against certain principles of certain gamers, but really respect the noobs, because when you started playing shoot 'em up games or co-op games or whatever game you choose to play, you was a noob, you know what I mean? And everyone encounters people who are really proficient at the game. Nobody plays the game, not everyone plays the game at the same time. So the level of skillmanship rather is always going to be different, but it doesn't mean that the intent, you know, to be skillful and to be a team player is not there. So don't let the level fool people into thinking, well, oh, because he's a level 2, I'm better than them. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have that thinking, not in co-op anyway. So always respect the noobs, because some noobs already knows the tips that I'm giving you right now, and some proficient players don't choose to take on board the tips what I'm giving out right now because they feel, okay, they're level 75, that's all they need to know. And really, that's not the case. I've seen lots of level 75 Legacy 5 drop at the wayside, you know what I mean, in early rounds of co-op because of their selfishness in thinking that they're better than everyone else. So, you know, respect the noob, because you don't know the qualities that a noob has until you play. You know, I understand the noobs that choose not to basically do what you ask them to do. I understand that. And that's when a noob deserves to get kicked or what have you. But if you're trying to basically find out how a noob is basically playing, let them play. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Next one is don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy and steal kills. That to me is a big turn off in co-op. Do you know what I mean? You know, for me the kill death ratio doesn't really apply in co-op per se, because I do believe that when you play co-op, all of you have the possibility in earning as much money and getting the same amount of kills. Because in Uncharted, right, you have 24 enemies. So if you think about just killing 8 enemies and helping your guys out and being there as a support in the network to go through the levels, then that's a good way to basically think at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You know, so stealing kills, it ain't on, dude. You know what I mean? If you keep stealing kills, then people ain't gonna want to help your ass when you're down. Do you know what I mean? Because nobody wants to stand up or sit down or lie down and watch another person play a game. If I wanted to do that, I'll just watch YouTube videos, man. Simple as that. So don't steal kills. Try not to steal kills. If you have to be a support, yeah, be a support from the flanking side. I understand that and I get that. And let me see. Next point, I think it's the final point. You know, is have fun. Is have fun. Just remember what co-op is. And look, see this dude here, Machiavellian. See, he was shooting over the other side. Now he's coming over to my side because I'm getting more kills than him. But that's not the point. I'm just taking care of my area, and he should be taking care of his. But it's cool though. It's all good. But yeah, have fun. Have fun with co-op. It's a very social mode to play, even more so than playing versus mode. Because even with versus mode, it's more important to basically have some kind of communication with your teammates to defeat your human opponents. But with AI, it's just a different thing because they all come out the same way. You know, they all spawn at the same point. You know, and I know it can be repetitive sometimes, but but I like it. I just like co-op. I just like co-op gaming. And there you have it. Those are all the tips that I basically have to attain a good co-op experience with your teammates. Anyway, I'm out of here. Take it easy. Happy gaming. Peace.